It's January and it is goal setting season. Everyone's telling you to set goals. Everyone's telling you what to do. Everyone's telling you how to do it, or actually pay them and they'll tell you how to do it. And it is action aplenty at this time of year. Not necessarily will it lead to success for you. Today's show, I want to focus on the R in your SMART goals. I want to focus on the R, the realistic, because the level of frustration can go from here to here if you're not hitting your goals, whether they be personal goals, whether they be professional goals, financial goals, whatever goals they may be. If your frustration level goes up, you're never going to hit them. And often, the realistic component of your goals is what's let you down. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Robbo. Good morning, Eugene. Great to have everybody on board. Michael, good morning, Nathan. Great to have you guys there. Welcome to 2019. Welcome to another year of JTInTheRaw. Yep, coming to you live every week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Morning, Deborah. Happy 2019 to you. And what a festive season. Oh, before we do, if this is the first time you're tuning into JTInTheRaw, and there might be a few people, this is where I just chew the thin on business and I share just a few thoughts with my birds, around me, and just share a few thoughts around business, around running and leading teams and trying to be successful in this thing that we call life. So did everybody have a good New Year? Did everybody have a good Christmas? Was it a ripper? Was it a beauty? I hope everyone had a great one. Morning, Alyssa. How are you? One of the interesting things is that this time of year, we're focusing on these goals, as I say. And, one of the number one goals most people are setting is weight loss. Jamie, I know this is very dear to your heart. Gym owners watching, I know it's dear to your heart because this is peak season for people joining. Kilos. That's what I want to lose. How much do you want to lose? Who is game enough to put in the comments how many kilos they would like to lose this year? I got to admit, I clocked up a fairly hefty number. Not the number that I would like to have clocked up, unfortunately. So I'm going to be shooting for a 5 kilo loss this year. 5 kilos I want to drop this year. What about you? If you're going to lose some weight, put in the comments below. Love to know how many kilos you would like to lose. In fact, I'd love to lose about 7, possibly 8, but probably 7. But I just don't think that is realistic. Don't think that's realistic. Jamie's put 3 kilos. Thanks, Jamie. I'm not sure where you'll lose it because you don't really have 3 to lose. Nathan Morris, yes, you don't have any to lose, so 0. So today's question, whether you're watching live or on replay, is how many kilos would you like to lose in 2019? And we'll come back to that because it's an important one. It is an important one. Got a couple of shout outs. I know I haven't done this for 2 weeks. How can I have any shout outs? Well, I do have a couple of shout outs. And the first one is to you guys that watch week in, week. My goal this year is to double the number of people that get to see JTInTheRaw. So big shout out to you that if you get any value out of the show, I would really appreciate you sharing it. Please share the show, tag people in the comments, hit the share button. If you're watching on replay or you want to watch it later on replay, hit the save button over that shoulder, I think it is, and come back and watch it later. Morning, Tanya. Great to have you on board this morning. How are you? Happy New Year to you. So big shout out to all of you. You are the ones that are going to help me grow this and double my viewership. So please share the show if you get any value out of it. Also got a big shout out to anyone in the fitness industry that's wanting to do some professional development this year. There are 2 big events that I'm speaking at, but not just me. There are others that are speaking. URSA, which is in March. So if you are in the fitness industry, I would highly encourage you to get along to URSA, which is in sunny San Diego and I think it's about the second week of March. So looking forward to you maybe coming along to that. There's some great events, some great keynotes. Mel Robbins is one of the keynotes. Can't wait to hear her, and a whole bunch of speakers. I think there's over 100 different tracks that you can go to. And of course, for the Aussies, Filex is coming up. I'm not sure whether Early Bird closed yesterday or it closes today. Filex will be my 20th year speaking. Yep, 20 years. I know, I'm only 21, so I must have spoken when I was 1. But yeah, it's my 20th year, but Filex is a massive event, so please get along to that. If you want any links, put Ursa or Filex in the comments below, and I'm happy to link you up to the website so that you can grab hold of that. Also, big shout out to the MyZone crew, Emmett Williams, as well as Mike Beanie, Dave Wright, who sent me my shirt, my MyZone shirt, because you guys have given the gift of MyZone belts to all of my industry leaders roundtable members. We're going to be challenging ourselves as part of roundtable. We're going to be challenging each other on MEPS and on getting healthier this year. So, by the way, if you're interested in getting your business a little bit better, you're in the fitness industry, put ILR in the comments below, ILR, and I will send you the link to be able to join the round table. We have a number of different round tables, and it'd be great to have some people come on board this year to be part of that. All right, so let's talk about goals, because what I see in my news feed, what I see from business coaches all around the planet is this thing around setting goals in January. In fact, I wish we put as much energy into our goals in January as we could in February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and maybe even December, and we would achieve more. So, Nathan, I'll send you the link for Filex as well as ILR. Morning, Ben. Morning, Stephen. Great to have you guys on this morning as well. So, when we're talking about goals, the acronym that we often use is SMART. Specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timely. Specific, measurable, or actionable. What are your action steps? Realistic and timely. So, when I said earlier, and for those that are just joining the show, whether live or on replay, I asked you the question, which is, how much weight would you like to lose by the end of the year? How much weight would you like to lose by the end of the year? Pop it in the comments below. We've had a few people say what they would like to lose. Now, as soon as you put in a number there, that becomes a SMART goal. It's specific. It's how many kilos you want to lose. It's measurable. Did you lose those kilos or did you not? It's actionable. You need to put those actions into place. The question is it realistic? Timely it is, because I said by the end of the year. And I feel that a lot of times when people are setting goals is they forget the R bit. They forget whether it's in fact realistic, because people are pumping up their tires. People are telling them that they can do it. Reach for the moon. Don't worry if you don't hit the moon. You're amongst the stars. What a cliche that is. And one of the challenges that we have in business is to stay focused, to stay motivated, and to stay feeling positive. And if we set our goals up here but never seem to quite hit them, it's frustrating. And it takes the wind out of our sails. It reduces our momentum. So there are a handful of times where we need to lower our standards, because it's probably the best thing for you, and it's probably the best thing for your business. For example, number 1, you might have physical or mental limitations to actually achieving the goals that you've set. I know that sounds kind of weird, physical or mental limitations, but they do count. They are important. I'm only 5'6". Sometimes I struggle to be able to reach the top shelf in the supermarket. That's a little thing. But sometimes our physical limitations actually restrict what we can do. I would love to be 75 kilos, but I'm never going to hit that. Never going to hit that with my shape and my body. It's just not going to happen. I'd love to run a 3-hour marathon. That's not going to happen either. So somebody telling me that is not going to help. We all have some sort of limitations. And in business, early in our career, early in the year, early in the day, you've got the energy of someone who's sculled a can of Red Bull. It gives you wings and you've got so much energy, you are rocking. But over time, whether that be the year or whether that be the month, that the week or even the day, holding that frantic and that frenetic pace is difficult. Your body changes, your life changes, your energy levels change. It naturally becomes more difficult to hit those same levels. You might also encounter days, maybe a week, who knows, where you're sick. Ladies, you might have a baby, you might get injured. All of these impact on whether we're going to hit that top bar. And sometimes we've got to be more realistic in what we're trying to achieve. Don't forget that chronic stress and depression are linked to heavy workloads, heavy responsibilities, and these can cause real fatigue and they can cause problems with our focus. So let's be honest with ourselves. We want to be successful, I get it, but sometimes we have physical limitations. Sometimes we have mental limitations. What we just need to do is not give up, but we just need to find different ways to ensure we get what we want, Tell me if that resonates for you. Give me a love heart if this kind of makes any sense to you. Number two is an interesting one. Sometimes we've got to change our standards because others set those standards for us. Now, we're not always talking about the boss who sets the targets. It's not always the boss that sets the targets or a timeline for us. Hopefully they involve us in that conversation. Sometimes we're talking about influential people in our lives who try to convince us into achieving some sort of life-altering goal. Perhaps it might benefit them, perhaps it might benefit people that we know. But there are sometimes cases where we just need to focus on ourselves and we should be doing what is important to us. What is important to us? It is about working to please. If it's about working to please everybody but yourself, you're likely to fail. You're likely not to be happy about what you're doing. So remember, when you're setting that SMART goal, and we're talking about the R, that realistic, if it's to please everybody else, not yourself, then you're likely to be unhappy in what you do. Morning, Simo. Good morning, Josh. Happy New Year, Josh. How was the Planet Fitness big event over there in the US of A? Thanks, Nathan. Thanks, Jamie, for your contribution. Check them out in the news feed. Marty, good morning down there in Victoria. Number 3. This is a big one for a lot of people. And that is you are a perfectionist. That you are a perfectionist. And having a high standard is one thing, but expecting yourself never to make mistakes, never to produce something that is not perfect is unrealistic. It's just not realistic. Now, the rule isn't to get 100% right every time this year. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking you to commit to doing the best that you can every time this year. And there's a big difference between perfection and doing it the best that you can, because that's your standard. Doesn't mean you're lowering your expectations. It just means you're being realistic and you're setting yourself up for success in the business. You need to acknowledge sometimes you're not going to be perfect personally. You need to acknowledge that sometimes the projects that you produce will not be perfect. That is okay. You can be proud of what you do if you are truly putting in your top effort and you're learning from what you do every day. That's going to help you reach your goals. It's a good one. I like that one. I'm a bit of a perfectionist. Who else is a perfectionist? So the question we're asking everybody today, how many kilos do you want to lose this year? If you've just joined live or on replay, how many kilos are you keen on losing this year? Put it in the comments below. Let's commit to it. And then we're going to challenge ourselves and say, is it realistic? Number 4. This is a really interesting one. And this impacts our goals. And it is this. Were you given all the right information? Were you given all the right information? Okay, often in sales, we're not given all the graphic details of a marketing campaign that's going out to the general public. We don't know all the intricacies. That can be a challenge for us. Management of a team. If we don't know, Nathan, make sure you come back. Tanya, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing. Love to hear that. Management of a team is an interesting one because if you're not given all the information about what's happening in your team's lives, then how can you achieve what you want in your business? How can you achieve what you want in your department? Because the people that are going to help you get to your goal, your department goal, are your people. And if you don't know what's going on with them, because you don't know all that information, then please, you need to find that out because that will impact that and that will impact you hitting your goal. So we can set whatever goal we like, but if we're not given all the right information, it will not be a realistic goal. And the chances of success will be minimum. All right. Let's go to number 5. Number 5, science tells us this. Your relationships might take a hit when you go after goals because science tells us that friendships have a positive influence on our physical and our mental well-being. Science has an amazing research into the positive influence on physical and mental well-being. And so if we're going after our goals, we don't want our relationships to take a hit. The First Lady, famous First Lady, Barbara Bush, once said, I love this quote, I'm going to read it for you. At the end of your life, you will never regret not having passed one more test, not winning one more verdict, or not closing one more deal. You will regret time not spent with a husband, a friend, a child, or a parent. Good morning, William Kent. How are you this morning? Scotty G, how are you? So, this R in our SMART goal is realistic. If it means our relationships are going to take a hit, we need to lower the standards. I love the quote again. Let me read you the quote from former First Lady Barbara Bush. Tell me, if you like this, by the way, good morning, Alan Leach, or good evening, Alan Leach. If you like this quote, give me a love heart right now. Give me a love heart as I read it to you. At the end of your life, you will never regret not having passed one more test, not winning one more verdict, or not closing one more deal. You will regret time not spent with a husband, a friend, a child, or a parent. If you love that quote, hit me with a love heart. If you think you know anybody who could benefit from understanding that quote, please tag them in the comments below and say, listen to the quote from Barbara Bush. You see, if your standards that you're setting and the goals that you're after are keeping you from connecting with others, it's time to reset. It's time to reset. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the first show of JTInTheRaw for 2019. It was show 128. Who would have thought I'd get that far? What'd you think? Did you like it? It was a bit different, I know, because everyone's telling you to set smart goals. But life can get messy. Life for us can get messy. Life for the people around us can get messy. We can get thrown curveballs, and that has an impact on us. And if we don't have that level of, realism in our goals, we just get frustrated and we lose momentum. We need to pivot, we need to change, we need to adjust. Just remember though, this is the message for the whole year. Just remember, as long as you're moving forward, that's okay. That's very okay, so long as you're moving forward. So what's on this week? Well, I'm going on holidays today. I'm going to be away for a week. Next week, JTInTheRaw will come to you live from a holiday resort. I'm not sure. So what I'll be doing is I'll be reading while I'm on holiday. So I'll probably share a few insights on the book that I'm reading and whatever else I decide to chew the thin on. Maybe on the service that I'm getting from the hotel that I'm going to be staying at. So tune in, same time next week. It's on every week. Don't miss it. It's big. It's happening. You want to tune in. By the way, I want to give a big shout out also. I should have done this earlier, but anyway, I just want to give you a reminder that show 121 of JTInTheRaw was on the power of appreciation. I did this live from Florida, and it was one of the top rating shows for 2019. One of the top rating shows for 2019. So if you missed that show, put 121, good morning Eliza, and good morning Robin. Put Colin, good morning. Put 121 in the comments below. It's the power of appreciation that you can do with your team, whether that be your sporting team, your department, or your business team. Please, 121 in the comments, and I'll send you the link to that show. As always, my big shout out at the front was if you got any value out of the show, thank you, Jamie, for your very kind words. If you got any value out of the show, please share the show. Hit the share button or hit in the comments, just pop in the comments anybody's name who you think could benefit from this. This show was all about the R in your SMART goals. It's back. It's back again for 2019. Back. Quote of the week. Quote of the week. High standards help push you to your best possible life. They should never be so high you sacrifice yourself or others. Morning, Carla. Morning, Karen. You've got on right at the best time of the show. It's the quote of the week. High standards help push yourself to your best possible life. They should never be so high that you sacrifice yourself or others. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you've enjoyed JTInTheRaw. You've been tuned in 128. 128. Please go back and watch it. Please share it. And I will catch you on the flip side.